So in today's video, we're going to talk about tips and tricks for New Year's Eve in Las Vegas, how to stay safe out there and how to do it cheaper. I'm moving my seat back so we have more camera. My name's Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas, and the video starts right now. I'm going to do this as a one-take video. The challenge is 10 minutes or less. How do you stay safe in Vegas, and how do you do Vegas on New Year's on a budget, and what's going on in Las Vegas? Now, I'm not an expert on Vegas for New Year's. I've never been to the Strip on New Year's, and why, might you ask? Well, I spend a good 360 days a year on the Strip, so I don't have a big draw to go down there on New Year's Eve. Plus, I can go to a secret spot we'll tell you about at the end of this video and watch the fireworks from a great vantage point that I'm going to let you know about, and I'm going to ruin it for all the locals. That's right, locals. I've ruined it for you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe this video if you guys get a kick out of it. If you like Las Vegas travel, I'm trying to show you guys some broad appeal stuff like my Star Wars Street video, my Christmas tree video. You guys might like it. And if you guys want to reach out and email me or support me or buy some merchandise or cash at me, whatever, use the links in the description below. So New Year's Eve in Vegas. First of all, why is it so special? Why is it so big? Why is it so broad and grand? Well, 320,000 people are going to come to Las Vegas in 2019 just for New Year's Eve. That's 320,000 people. That's nearly 5 times the size of the town I grew up in Niagara Falls in Canada. I'm from a city called Calgary, and when I first moved there in the 90s, back home to where I was born, there was only 500,000 people in that whole city. So we have 320,000 people coming here. That's pretty big news, right? They make it a big event because it's the one last hurrah, and it's one big party before everybody sits at home and gets credit card bills in the mail and stops coming to Vegas for a little while. That's just the honest thing. You don't think about travel when you're seeing what you spent at Christmas time in the middle of January. After this, convention season fires up, and it's a little bit less of a busy vibe in Las Vegas. So they really try to maximize the city, the money coming into it, and the entertainment value. There are 2 things that you can do on New Year's Eve in Vegas that are big, and then there's several other things that small casinos have. The first thing is America's Party. This is downtown. Somebody on my channel asked me, what's the parking situation down there? I went ahead and called Binion's, and Binion's said that you can actually valet your car for free. Please tip your valet driver at any given time at Binion's. You don't have to gamble to stay at the hotel. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Although if you have status there from gambling, of course, that's a better situation for you always. Now, if you go down, make sure you're getting down there earlier. You don't want to be there with trying to valet, and the valet is full, of course. Or just take an Uber or an Lyft downtown, because it's going to be crazy to drive in and out no matter what. America's Party has all these different live bands on the Fremont Street Experience. The only negative is that you can't see the fireworks, although they might be showing them on that giant 4K display this year live. I don't know if they have the ability and technology to do that. I would love to find out. If anybody knows anybody downtown that has a connection to that sign, let me know. I want to bring you a tour of that sign. The other side of things is the main strip. No, the main strip downtown is the downtown Fremont Street. The main strip is where the action is, right? And it can be kind of tough with 300,000 people, give or take, coming to the main strip and maybe 20,000 downtown. You're going to find it hard to travel during that time. So that's where the action is in Vegas, because the fireworks go off from several different properties all up and down the casino strip here in Las Vegas. You have them coming off from, I believe, the Stratosphere, the Treasure Island, the Venetian. I think it's going to be MGM Grand, the Bellagio. Lots of different fireworks simultaneously shooting off at midnight. Pretty amazing. You'll see footage of this on the local news, because we rank up there with Sydney and New York and anywhere else that does fireworks. With that comes a lot of folks. With that comes safety concerns as well. You're going to want to make sure that you're safe. So safety tips for traveling and navigating yourself in Las Vegas during New Year's Eve. Number 1, selfie sticks are probably a really bad idea. They wanted to ban these entirely a few years ago. This thing here could actually be used as a weapon if you wanted it to. That's unfortunate. People do crazy things with mundane, inanimate objects. Number 2, don't bring backpacks downtown. Small purses would be fine, but I wouldn't bring my purse anywhere where there's that many folks all crammed into one, because what they're doing is they're cutting off all the traffic, and Las Vegas Boulevard is devoid of cars for that day. It's just people everywhere in the middle of the streets. Local news channels set up their news stuff. I'm surprised that CNN, Fox News, and all these other news channels aren't out here, but maybe someday they will be. But there's no cars on the strip, so it's just people wall to wall. Make sure if you're going down, bring just your valuables. I wouldn't bring my nice wedding ring if I was going down to the Strip on New Year's Eve, because that's something that I could lose. I would put my valuables in my front pockets. Your phone in your front pocket, your wallet in your front pocket. Heck, don't even bring your wallet. Just bring your photo ID, credit card, minimal amounts of cash if you want to make sure that you don't lose anything that you can't replace. Because it's so easy for somebody to bump into you into the back. You don't even know that you're losing something. I see people with their cell phones sticking out of back pockets all the time thinking, what are you thinking? People are going to Snapchat from you, and since there's so many people, you don't even know it's gone. So make sure you go in and you're well prepared for the fact that there's just going to be way more people than you've ever probably experienced all at one time, all in one place. Also, in terms of safety, make sure if you're driving down to the Strip that you don't drive home drunk. That's just a stupid thing to do that some people might think they can do, but that's a problem. There's going to be DUI checkpoints all over, I hope, I think, and you might run the risk of having a way worse experience in Vegas than you ever imagined. And if you are driving, make sure if you're driving and you're not staying on the main Strip, that you drive and go to a casino if you have a destination for dinner or something like that, that is on the same side of town where you're staying. So for example, if you're staying at the Sad Rio or you're staying at the Gold Coast, you're on the west side of town. You want to go to a property like Caesar's Palace, Cosmopolitan, Bellagio, or the Mirage. They're on the west side of the Strip, meaning that when you're done, all you're doing is driving away from the main Strip, not through all the traffic. Because guess what? They barricade Las Vegas Boulevard to cars. They have these big giant posts set up. You might see them if you're here. They're pretty innocuous. You don't usually notice them. But around a few days before New Year's Eve, they put giant arms that fold out like this, and now you have a giant gate. And you can't get through that gate because they don't want cars driving into the Strip, of course. So you can't drive across the Strip. So if you're on the east side of town, staying at, say, Sam's Town, East Side Cannery, something like that, make sure you're going to an east side property like the Paris or the Planet Hollywood or the MGM Grand. Once again, you want to be able to get away from the Strip as fast as you can after the festivities are over with minimal amounts of friction, right? And coughing, that's really good on video, Campbell. Good work, buddy. In terms of doing Vegas inexpensively on New Year's, I hate to tell you this, your best bet is to stay with friends and family. Find something on Craigslist, but that can be sketchy as heck, so be safe out there. I'm not recommending you do the Craigslist thing. I know that it's going to be expensive. They say that the average hotel cost is going to be $320 a night coming up to the New Year's actual day itself, and that's just for a standard room. You know, locals can't even stay over at the Travelodge in the center of the Strip, but even that hotel will be a couple of $100 for the world famous glamorous Travelodge that you probably never wanted to stay at before. Suites are going to be thousands of dollars just for that night. You're not going to get away from doing that cheaply, but you can go do other stuff on the cheap. You can eat before you get to the Strip. You can get a good meal somewhere off the Strip and then come back to the main festivities. That'll save you a bundle versus having to navigate and go through the casino properties, some of which actually close their doors and barricade unless you have a wristband just to get into those properties. I once knew somebody that worked security just to do that in the past. They would keep people out that didn't have a wristband because the casinos are so flooded. In terms of alcohol and little things like bottles of water, go to the ABC stores. The ABC store is located on the Showcase Mall. You have one in the Planet Hollywood's Miracle Mile shops. There are actually two in there. And there's one also at the Fashion Show Mall and one downtown on Fremont Street. ABC store sells packaged liquor. You can get a drink cheaper there. Or you can go over to the Stage Door, which is on the corner of Flamingo and I want to say Koval, or it could be Audrey. It's right across the street from the main Bally's entrance and the Link Promenade. They sell cheap drinks there as well. So you're going to get some savings by not drinking in the casinos at a bar somewhere where they're going to surcharge you and put all sorts of fees and taxes. I have a minute 30 left. The one thing I will tell you is this: consider staying off the Strip and watching the fireworks from afar unless you want to experience the Las Vegas Strip. And even if you're going to experience it, I'd say watch the fireworks from afar, get the whole scope. The secret I found out with Caroline, my wife, is that we could go to the Rio, Sad Rio, and we could go up to where the convention area parking is and sit out there and see the entire Strip landscape, and it was pretty darn cool. So it was a neat little experience for us, and I will ruin it for the locals by telling people that, but you can come right up there. They were cool with us. Maybe they've changed that policy in the last year, so don't hold it against me, but we were able to do some awesome fireworks watching from there. You also have Pane Vino, which is a restaurant located by the airport that has this expansive Strip view, but it is high end, so you're going to spend some more money by eating there and doing the New Year's Eve celebration there, but you're going to get a fantastic, spectacular view. I covered a lot. I'm sure I missed some things. I could probably do another video for another 10 minutes, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a local Vegas blogger guy. If you want to show me some support and some love, hit me up in the comments below, the description box of this video. Shop Amazon if you guys want to. They are forced to pay me a very small commission, usually 50 cents to $1 if you buy stuff, and that helps the channel out too. Buy some Not Leaving Las Vegas merchandise, send me a Cash App, or just email me. I appreciate you guys watching, sharing, and liking. I have 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and I appreciate it. You guys have a good, safe New Year's.